Hi everybody and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Greta and I'm the dietitian at John Stoddard Cancer Center. So, cameraman gets to be chef. I'm going to tell you why. So, my husband, Jeremy, and I, we were watching Jamie Oliver one night and he created the easiest dish that is completely made in the microwave in 30 minutes. And my wonderful husband said, I'm going to make you dinner. So I didn't even test this recipe. Chef right here tested this recipe and I decided it was so good I needed to share it with you. So it is for a sweet potato and chickpea curry that is delicious and it's easy and it's great for the chefs, the non-chefs, everybody. So we are going to get started because we are going to make it together. So what are we starting with, Jeremy?
Well, start with your onion.
Okay. So since this is made in the microwave, it's going to be really important that you have a microwave safe dish. This is just a Pyrex dish. You can use a glass mixing bowl too. And it needs to have a lid. If you're using a mixing bowl, you're going to need just a plate to put on top of it. So we have a lid for ours. All right. So you need onions. So we need one onion. If you don't mind, I'm going to trim it for you. I'm sous chef. It's kind of fun. Although the sous chef's always the one that does all the work, right?
Yeah.
Head chef just barks orders.
Yells at people.
He yells at people. So you just get to tell me what to do. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just going to peel the onion. And I'm going to hand it over to my chef.
Thank you.
I'm going to get all the mess out of the way.
So I just half it. Take your grater, because obviously I do not chop as fast and as efficiently as Greta does. So just stick that in there.
What a great trick. Just grate your onion. If you don't have a grater, you can chop it. But this is kind of great.
Great.
Great. What else can I work on? So we're also going to add some ginger,
Yes.
right?
We need
So
ginger.
about
Peel
an
your ginger.
inch and a half. So I'm gonna peel it for you.
And when you grate your onion, you do the onion on the wide grate. So there's a wide grate here and then a small grate on the back. Your onion and your ginger you do with the wide grater, and then your garlic you can use a garlic press or use it with the small grater. It's okay if you get some chunks of onion in there. I was trying to get everything exact and left some chunks in. It tasted very well when we tested it.
It was great. So this is like no fuss, right?
Yeah.
No fuss cooking. And if anyone has ever watched Jamie Oliver, he is British, so the original recipe had things in centimeters and in milliliters. So I did go ahead and adjust the recipe to our system, so it was made a little more sense. I'm just using my vegetable peeler to kind of peel the skin off, and then I'm just going to use a little knife to get the nooks and crannies. Do you want to grate your ginger or do you want me to chop it?
No, I'll grate it.
Okay.
Because that's what Jamie Oliver
That's
does.
what Jamie Oliver did. If anyone's ever watched Jamie Oliver, he's fantastic, and he's got lots of great videos out there of easy, no-fuss recipes. This one's great because it uses lots of pantry stuff and...
Large grater for the ginger. I'm crying a little from the onions.
Oh, don't cry. Alright. What about the garlic? What do you want me to do with your garlic?
And the garlic, I think it's easier to put into the garlic press if you have one.
I'll take the skin off for you. So you can grate your garlic, you could chop your garlic, or you can press your garlic. Whatever your preference. It calls for 2 cloves. One of my cloves was kind of tiny, so I'm doing 3. There you go.
Watch your fingers.
Watch your
when you're
fingers.
grating.
Don't be a hero. If you get down to a nub that you
This
can't
is a little
Here, I'll chop it.
Chop it up. Okay, you get all the bits off because the ginger is outstanding in this dish.
It does add a lot of flavor, doesn't it?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. And we're done with this.
Yes.
Make sure I got all the good stuff out of there. And we'll just take our garlic press. Stick
This is
it
so
in
easy.
there.
Can I prep your sweet potato for you while you're doing
Please.
garlic? All right. So you need a sweet potato. This one is a little big. The other one we used the first time was a little bit too wide. So don't get one that's too wide because you will have to adjust your cooking time. So just chop off any of your gnarly nibs. What do you call it? Gnarly bits?
Gnarly bits.
Gnarly bits. Sometimes Jamie's a little hard to understand. I almost feel like I have to put the subtitles on. But I got the gnarly bits.
Okay, I need the knife.
You need the knife?
Thank you.
I have a little one here too if you need it.
And one more piece of garlic.
So no need to peel your sweet potato. I'm just cutting off the not so pretty parts.
Yeah, you don't have to peel it because
No.
it's all...
Which was so nice that this is like so little fuss. I'm just taking off those bits that are just like tougher.
Okay.
And then you want to pierce your sweet potato so that it cooks through. So I just have like a little paring knife and I'm just piercing them.
Okay.
Sorry, there's dogs in here today because it's very cold outside.
Which is a good day for this recipe.
It is a great day for this recipe.
It
Alright,
will
there's your-
warm you up when you eat it.
So if you notice while we've been prepping the veggies, I have my frozen spinach sitting here. It's just defrosting a little bit. So that'll be ready to add later. I did get organic spinach. Spinach is on the dirty list. So this is something I tend to buy organically produced. So the Environmental Working Group comes out with the Dirty Dozen and Clean 15 every year. And it tells us which conventionally produced produce has the highest pesticide residues. So spinach tends to be on the dirty list. So I have organic spinach. Okay,
Alright.
now what?
Jalapeno pepper.
Jalapeno adds a little kick.
Just pierce it for now. Okay? Because that's going to go in with your sweet potato.
Anything else I need to add to this bowl?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
seasoning.
We need some seasoning. Your curry.
Curry powder. It's where you go to your spice pantry. That smells so good. And Jamie said a heaping teaspoon, so be generous. Big heaping teaspoon. And then tomato paste. He calls tomato paste tomato puree, right?
Yes.
But it's actually tomato paste. I like these tubes because when you only have to add like a teaspoon or a tablespoon, then you can put it back in your fridge instead of opening a can and then having to put it in a container. I'm not measuring this. I'm just putting a couple blobs. Big blobs. And then we need a tablespoon of olive oil, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I splattered the tomato paste on you. On your bowl.
1 tablespoon olive oil.
And then just a little salt and pepper, right?
Correct. It's that easy.
That easy. We'll stir that up. Salt. That's about a half teaspoon.
In my opinion, you can never add too much black pepper, but that's my opinion.
Flavor it without salt, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I splattered and shot across the bowl. Our fingers are clean.
You're fired. All right, so you want to mix it all up, okay? It's going to look like a tomato paste mash in there. But once you pop it into the microwave, then it'll all soak into this potato and this jalapeno, your pepper, okay? So that looks good.
Looks great.
Get it all mixed together like that. And then I spread it out. Okay.
Good.
And you just take your sweet potato, stick it in there. All right. Jalapeno right beside it. Get the rest of that tomato paste off of my hand. All right. Lid on. Pop it in the microwave.
How long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes on high.
On high.
Okay. We'll be back in 10 minutes and we'll check on it and see what it looks like. We'll see you then. Okay, we're back. It's been 10 minutes. Ready? Ooh. Steamy.
All right.
What do I have to do now?
Save your lid.
Save your lid. We're going to put it back in.
It's going in. So here is what it looks like now. Okay. There we go. Everything all together.
It smells really good.
Yeah. Take your tongs and take your tater out. The sweet potato comes out. All right. Now we're going to cut it up into 1-inch chunks. Okay. So it gets cut. It's going to be hot. Be careful, but Greta's hands
My hands can handle the heat, but
are used to the
yeah.
hot. And you can just slice it down like 4 or 5 long pieces.
I got it. Don't burn your hands.
So it's kind of par cooked now. It'll feel a little tough.
Yeah, so you're going to want a nice sharp knife to do this because the center part isn't cooked through yet, and that's kind of why we're cutting it up so that it will all cook. The ends are getting nice and soft. See?
Yeah. Smells wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So
What else are we adding?
Sweet potato goes back in.
Yep.
Then you take your can of chickpeas, or they're also called garbanzo beans. Those are the same thing, I learned.
They are.
And you just dump it right in.
Don't drain them, just dump them in.
No draining. Just stick it in, because that's going to give it some nice juice to build everything together.
Spinach.
Okay, spinach, yes.
So this is a 10-ounce bag, so I'm going to do a little over half the bag. These bags are nice because they're in like little spinach cubes. Does that look good?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, your jalapeno pepper is still in here, whole. All right, we don't address that until the very end.
Okay, ready for
And
this?
then put your sweet potato in. And mix it all up. All right, you want to get that juice and curry and all the seasonings all on everything. All right. That way you can separate your chunks of sweet potato and all melts together
Looks good.
in a nice consistency, okay? All right, so this right here is how it looks. Beautiful.
Colorful.
White, orange, green, okay? And then your next step Lid on. Back in the microwave for 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. We'll see you in 10 minutes. We are back again. It's been 10 minutes. Ready for the big reveal.
Oh my goodness.
That smells good.
That smells so good.
So my suggestion is, after this 10 minutes, just take your knife and just pierce your potatoes to make sure that they're softened. And if they're not, then you can just throw it back in for another 5 minutes. These are perfectly softened, so you're good to go.
Next step, you got to dig around and fish out the jalapeno, okay?
Is that official cooking term?
Fish it out.
Fish it out.
All right, there he is.
There he is.
Okay. Now put that on your cutting board. Okay. Hopefully you saved your tongs. You didn't throw them in the sink. All right. And now just chop the top off.
Cut his hat off. Oh,
Throw that in your compost
bin.
bin.
You got my sinuses.
And then slice that jalapeno in half. And you want to get the seeds out of there so that it's not too hot. Okay? I just use a spoon, scrape it out. I guess not too hot, spicy. It is hot.
It is hot. But it takes the heat out if you take the ribs and the seeds out. If you don't want it too spicy.
Or if you do, then just leave it in. But
and you also get to decide, if you don't want it overly spicy, you don't have to add the whole cooked jalapeno back in, because it has added some flavor while it was cooking in there. So if you don't want chunks of jalapeno in here, in your final dish, you don't have to put it all in. But if you like a little heat, which I do, and I don't think it was overly hot.
no. But you feel, with this dish, you feel the heat.
You feel
when
the heat.
When you eat it.
Which is why it's so great for a day like today, when it's blustery and cold, and it really just like warms you up, and all the spices are very warming.
Okay, so I'm going to chop this jalapeno up.
Then you don't get any big chunks. So what are we going to serve this on?
I recommend rice.
I do too. So Jamie Oliver's instructions included instructions for cooking rice in the microwave. I'm lucky we have a great rice cooker, so we just cooked our brown rice in the rice cooker. But you certainly can cook your rice in the microwave according to Jamie's directions. And he said basmati, but we like brown rice with this.
Either
Beautiful.
way. Okay. And I'm going to throw that in. All right. Put it all in. All the flavors.
All the flavors.
Okay. And then I'm going to mix it all up. Kind of break your spinach up with the spoon so that it's all even. Because it was in
Those little
balls.
Little spinach balls. So at the end, once you have it all mixed up and you're going to serve it over your rice, I do recommend the dollop of plain Greek yogurt on top. It really added a nice creaminess. It also cools down your bowl just a little bit. So you don't have to put it all directly in. You can do it on your individual serving, but it does add a really nice rich creaminess to it. So I do recommend that at the end.
Yeah. I do too, and I'm not even a fan of yogurt, so.
And this is delicious as leftovers too, so.
Yeah, when it has a day to
sit,
but
think.
here, there's the
Look at that.
final product.
Wow.
Beautiful.
20 minutes in the microwave. Look at that. See? Chefs, non-chefs, anybody can make this, and it's delicious. So thank you for watching, and enjoy.